Check out Fourth World Comics, Long Island's comic book source for comics, toys, games, supplies, manga, and statues. 33 Route 111, Smithtown, New York. Near Mint since 1982. Check them out at fourthworldcomics.com. Again, fourthworldcomics.com.
The following episode contains explicit content. Listener discretion is advised.
Down the rabbit hole.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Down the Rabbit Hole, episode 3 or 4, I forget. I'm your host, Ashish Thomas. With me is
Aloisio.
And Glen Wolfe.
And you can find Paul and I on thegeekgods.com and Glen at platinumwolf.com and Paul at
iHorror.com. And
today we are going to talk about everyone's favorite topic, conspiracy theories. So in doing this episode, I looked up a couple information points and I wanted to find a definition for what a conspiracy theory is. Because that word is always thrown out for so many different things across many platforms. So a conspiracy theory is an explanation or speculative hypothesis suggesting that two or more persons or an organization have conspired to cause or cover up, through secret planning and deliberate action, an event or situation typically regarded as illegal or harmful. The term conspiracy theory has a derogatory connotation, suggesting explanations that invoke conspiracies without warrant, often producing hypotheses that contradict the prevailing understanding of historical events or simple facts. You know, in the 60s, it became prevalent with certain...
I think I need like a pipe and a monocle after that. You know, I'm just saying.
Smoke them if you got them. Oh, man. But, you know, it's kind of funny. To go even further, I looked at a couple of reasons, like why theories as to why conspiracy theories are so prevalent nowadays. And, like, one of the theories they say is it's to explain evil forces. A political scientist by the name of Michael Barkin, discussing the usage of conspiracy, says it's used for a belief that explains an event or as a result of a secret plot by exceptionally powerful and cunning conspirators to achieve a malevolent end. That's a word handful. It's a mouthful.
That is.
I think does it always have to be malevolent? I don't know. Like
just say bad.
Yeah, say bad. You know, just like we don't need a thesaurus. We know words. But yeah, not necessarily like I don't know if it's necessarily like evil. Like look at all the Elvis sightings and Tupac sightings.
Dude, undead Elvis is evil.
I don't know about that. Bubba Hotep.
It's a great movie.
It is, but you know, so I was looking at like different like why conspiracy theories. So they appeal like threefold. There's threefold. There's first, the conspiracy theories explain what institutional analysis cannot. They basically make sense out of a world that's otherwise confusing. It's easy to say this malevolent force is behind it rather than
it just
dumb luck.
Is.
Yeah. Or exactly, it just is. Second, it appeals to it divides the world between light and dark, which is never that black and white.
Yeah.
And then third, it's like there has to be someone responsible. There has to be the masses are brainwashed, and there's plotters around us, and that's the thing. So, Jesse Walker, who he's a book editor for Reasons Magazine, he developed a typology for conspiracy theories. So they come in two different types. There's 5. It's the enemy outside, devilish figures outside, the enemy within, the enemy above, the enemy below. I don't understand why up and down is...
God's the enemy? What?
The outside, within, above, below, and then...
Wait, really?
That's exactly how he says it. It's 4 different types.
That's one word?
No,
it's one sentence?
No. It's 4 different types.
Oh, I thought one of the types was the outside, within, above, below.
Dude, that's a band name right there. That's a metal band name right there. Outside, within, above, below. But no, that's basically the types. And then there's a benevolent conspiracy where like an angelic force works behind to improve the world and help people. But generally, conspiracies are negative. They're not like helping. So he might be a little
Because then, like, by that definition, believing in God is a conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? If it's like benevolent,
Yeah.
that's literally what that means.
Well, if it's not so cut, whatever happened, whatever occurrence happened, and it's not so cut and dry, there's definitely other ways of looking at it, and I think that's why conspiracy theories happen, because there's like, well, it could have happened that way, but here's another reason why it could happen this way. You know?
He further breaks down the conspiracies to 3 different types. Like,
Okay.
there are event conspiracy theories.
Right.
There's systemic conspiracy theories where it's like communism, the Freemasons, capitalism, the Catholic Church, the Easter Bunny, and the super conspiracy theories, which is like, events to just destroy the world or create a better world or create a new hierarchy. So there've been some conspiracy theories that have actually been proven true. One of which is Project MK Ultra, which was the mind control where they gave soldiers like LSD and certain things suggestion to control them and their minds. The CIA was responsible for that with the tests. They basically used drugs, electronics, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, verbal and sexual abuse, and torture.
Nice.
But isn't all the other ones like forms of torture? So
unless you like LSD, if you don't like LSD, though,
give me another hit.
Can you imagine just like being doped up and like you have no idea? Someone just puts it in your drink. Holy shit!
Oh my God. And the fact that it wasn't just army personnel; it was people in students, hospitals, prisons, and like pharmaceutical companies. They just basically doped the shit out of them just to make sure.
Wow.
And basically, what it was thing is, if someone was to be an agent for the CIA, they'll be a sleeper agent. So basically, they can activate you at any time.
And did it work?
No.
So they just got a bunch of people high for no reason.
Yeah.
No.
And that started the free love hippie movement of the 60s. That's the big conspiracy.
The funny thing was, with the Freedom of Information Act in 1977, the CIA director destroyed all the files.
Really?
Because he didn't want anyone knowing what happened during the experiments. But I think people eventually did figure it out. There's, according to this article, there's growing evidence that Theodore Kaczynski, otherwise known as the Unabomber, was a subject of MK Ultra.
He was known as the what?
Unabomber?
Unabomber. Okay.
Unabomber was one of these subjects.
Oh, wow.
There's growing evidence, but it hasn't been proven. While he was at Harvard in the 1950s. So this is why I go to dumb schools like Dowling, which closed.
Yeah, that's why.
Hey, you don't.
That's why I went to Suffolk, dude. I didn't want to be involved in any of these theories. No. So I was like, screw it. And I didn't even finish it.
Listen,
13th grade.
Yeah, I was like, forget it.
If you want the best drugs, you go to Ivy League school. They all have them. Sorry, Harvard. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So another thing that has been sort of proven true was the CIA drug trafficking in the 80s. Basically, the CIA facilitated, in the 80s, the sale of cocaine to the Crips and the Bloods to funnel money back to Latin American guerrilla groups to fight their wars over there, to overthrow governments. The CIA, the Contras, and the crack cocaine explosion, the CIA backed the Contras because they wanted to get
Contra rules. Just wanted.
Contra's awesome, especially Super
Love
Contra.
that game, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. Sorry, continue.
I still love Metal Slug, by the way. Just saying, it's a fucking awesome game.
I like.
Sorry, are we cursing?
That's all right. This is the down the rabbit hole.
Okay, that's what I figured. Yeah, just forgot.
The drug network, opened. So basically, we're the reason why the Colombia cartels happened.
Don't say we.
Not us.
You mean you?
Maybe Glen.
Do you have something to explain?
Yeah.
Yes, Pablo Escobar here. Hi, sorry. But it's worth noting that like the guy who was responsible, Webb, the guy who found all this out, Gary Webb, committed suicide in 2004. But what's weird is he used 2 bullets to shoot himself in the head.
He had a quick trigger finger.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
So they still, but we don't know what's happening with that, and I don't even know, like the outcome of that. But another one is Intel Pro, which is a series of clandestine illegal FBI projects that infiltrated domestic political organizations to discredit them and smear them, like with the Vietnam War, the people against the Vietnam War, Martin Luther King, the Black Panthers. they would go into these organizations, get someone on the inside, and start messing things up, so people would discredit this organization.
That's pretty believable.
That's
Actually more than a conspiracy theory. That's just a good tactic.
It is.
To be honest,
I could see them doing that with the Occupy Wall Street movement.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that because it's something didn't sit right with me when that whole thing was happening, because I sort of felt like if they really wanted to do something, they could have.
Yeah.
And it's also sort of like the people that are voting for Bernie Sanders. Not to get a political rant here, but it's like they don't want to vote for Hillary, some of them. Well, not, but Sanders is already going to say vote for Hillary, so it's like...
I don't want to vote for anyone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
At this point, I think it's going to be low voter turnout. But we'll discuss this. There's conspiracy theory tied to Hillary and Donald,
Love it.
which we'll discuss later.
Sound like cartoon characters.
Hillary and Donald.
Hillary and Donald.
Yeah.
Another one that's been proven true is NSA spying on us, which we all know
Yeah.
from what's this guy's name, Snowden,
Yeah.
basically telling us the truth. They've been spying on us. If they get my phone calls, they're not very good.
Yeah.
You can tape all you want.
Well, they're good, but they don't pertain to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I can't... Could you imagine having that job to listen to people's, like, boring conversations?
Oh my god! Imagine having to people have like dirty phone conversations with each other. It's probably hilarious.
Yeah, you get a little uncomfortable listening to you like,
Wait, you did that with the pig? He's like, oh. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's pretty screwed up.
But you know what? Look, I would hate to be the guy that's got to transcribe all this.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, oh, she went to the bathroom.
oh my god.
Peeing, yeah.
She made a tinkle.
Yeah. It's like in parentheses.
So, right now, we're going to go through the famous conspiracy theories that are out there. One of which is JFK, and
Yeah.
our JFK resident expert.
Well,
or
I'm not going to claim to be an expert, but it's something I've been
Allegedly.
intrigued by for years, ever since I was a kid. Ever since I saw the footage on, like, whatever, the Discovery Channel or whatever.
Take it away, Glen.
So, yeah, so...
Glen was on the grassy knoll.
So actually, last year I went to Dallas to Dealey Plaza. I really did.
I know you did.
And I was walking around. I was taking pictures, and I was whatever. And then every night at the hotel, I would, because I went back twice. I would watch YouTube videos and stuff, and I was looking around, and I found this guy, Leroy Blevins Sr., and he is a buddy of his. He wasn't even into the Kennedy assassination, first of all, but this guy Leroy is a 30-year video analyst expert, and he got his hands on the footage on the Zapruder film and the Nix film and all these other people that took video that day and took pictures. And he took the Zapruder film. He actually went to the extent of buying the camera that Zapruder had, and he figured out that Zapruder took the footage was taken in slow motion, which
Why would you do that?
it was an accident because the way the camera was set up, if you push there's a button on the camera, and if you push it all the way down, that's slow mo, and like one notch up is regular speed.
Gotcha.
So the guy Zapruder was an old man.
Yeah.
So he just pushed the button all the way down, which is what any of us probably would have done. So he took the footage in slow motion, which is the reason why this guy's video analysis, I believe, is so accurate.
Yeah.
It's because he studies it frame by frame. And he discovered that he saw 13 bullets in all of the footage. 13 different bullets. He could actually see them in the frames. So he knows there's 13 shots, and they're all different. So
Different from a different gun each?
no, actually, there's there's allegedly, which you can actually see him in the footage. I can show you after the podcast.
I'd love to see that.
There is a gunman on the top of the records building. You can actually see him take an aim. He fired 5 shots. There is actually, I'll say allegedly, but I saw the 2 guys with my own eyes and in his colorized photo. So there's 2 guys with guns in the pergola, which is the white structure. On the by the grassy knoll.
It's also just a great word, but
I was going to say,
Yeah, it's called the pergola. It's the shelter, basically, over there. And it's a perfect spot. And when I went there, I lined up that little window, and I'll show you after the podcast. I lined up this window, and it lines up exactly with the fatal headshot. Like the one when you see like the blood splatter, that window is exactly lined up with the X.
So
on the
whoever
road.
you think, whoever shot JFK was in the pergola.
Well, I'm not saying I think, because if you say you think, then you're just another someone that's speculating.
So you hypothesize.
No, this guy has shown through video evidence, a 30-year expert of video analysis and going frame by frame has shown that, and I'm not saying I know who did it or anything like that. I have no idea who did it. I have no idea. I'm just going on the footage exactly. There's footage that is looking at the pergola shelter from the other angle, and then the Zapruder film is looking from the angle of the shelter. So basically, I mean, it's pretty insane. I mean, there was it 5? Let me see. 1, 2.
And we will post these things with the article, the pictures.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gunmen, 13 shots taken. And we'll put up links or whatever if you guys want to check it out for Leroy Blevin Sr.'s video analysis. And he's not going, anything he says, he puts down is not like an opinion or anything. It's actually
He's just observing
what's in the picture. He's seeing stuff we're not seeing because he's colorizing pictures.
Yeah.
I'll show you all the stuff. It's creepy.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, fair enough.
It's creepy. You can see the gun barrels. You can see the smoke trails. You can see from the shots. You can see, and when I went there, the reason why there's so much confusion and people said, oh, there was 3 shots or there was so many shots. Every person you talk to said there was a different number of shots. It's because when I was there, a police siren went by. And it sounded like there was one police car or one ambulance. It sounded like there was 10 ambulances because of the way the Dealey Plaza is set up. It's set up like almost like a baseball field, I guess you could say. And the reflections off the buildings and the overpass, and it's wild. So, people would say, oh, there was 10 shots or there was this many shots, but it's crazy, man.
So from what you saw, and no one's holding anything against you.
Yeah, absolutely not.
No judgment here.
Yeah.
You have seen on the video 13 shots?
Yeah, there's 13 shots.
Okay.
Counted 4.
Fair enough. And you've seen that it came from the pergola.
No, only
the fatal one.
The fatal shot comes from the pergola. Well, he was already dead, believe it or not.
But there were a bunch of shots.
Yeah, he would have been dead without that shot.
Yeah.
But that was like the make sure shot.
Yeah,
but he was already hit in the head, I think, twice already by that time.
So then my question, based on what you've seen or what Leroy, what was his name?
Leroy Blevin Sr.
Blevin Sr. has seen.
Yes.
Who did it? Who were these people?
That I don't know, and I wouldn't even get into it. I mean, Ash, we can obviously all agree that the CIA probably had something to do with it.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm literally just all I'm saying is I'm going on what this guy found in the video evidence. And that's all I really care about because everything else is hearsay.
It's okay. I see you winking at me. I know that you're saying it's the CIA.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. so then...
That's the CIA, by the way.
Yep.
Oh, they just texted you, Ash.
That was the NSA listening into this conversation.
So then, what role did Lee Harvey Oswald have in this?
2 shots. He took 2 shots. He took the...
Did he take the kill shot?
His shot would have killed him, yeah. First shot, Lee Harvey Oswald hit him in the back, and it exits the throat.
Okay.
That's the first shot. That's why you see the president go like this.
Yeah.
The second shot is to the back of JFK's head, but that's from the second floor of the records building. Mm-hmm. That's the building. Here's the depository. You can't see this, I'm sorry, on the podcast, but it's basically the building adjacent to, it's on across the street and on an angle from the book depository.
Okay.
It's that white building, and it has like these little light posts on top that hang over like a candy cane.
Yeah.
I'll show you that.
Yeah, I'll be able to tell when I see the So, is it hypothesized then that Lee Harvey Oswald was working with the CIA?
Yeah,
or
I
was
believe
it a
all the
crazy
gunmen
coincidence?
got together ahead of time to plan it out.
Well, the
They were
backstory
all-
with
yeah.
Lee Harvey Oswald was allegedly he defected to Moscow to the communism when he was fighting the war, World War, and then somehow he defected there and came back here, and no one questioned him on that.
So he was, do you guys think, or
I think
Leroy thinks he was with the CIA?
That he
Or
doesn't get
was he
into.
acting-
He's just a video analyst.
Okay.
So he's just a guy that's looking at what is in front of him. He's not going to speculate. The guy doesn't speculate. He goes on his evidence.
I would say I would think so. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
He also, check this out. This was later. This was, I think, maybe last year or a year and a half ago. He found out, he had access to the bullet shells, bullet casings that were found in the sniper's nest, they call it, in the book depository. And he actually was able to analyze the bullet, whatever it is, 60 years later or whatever it is. And he found Lee Harvey's fingerprint on the bullet casing. So that's pretty damning evidence.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at one point they thought that he was just a patsy, but I think he was actually, I'm going to say I think that he was part of, like, those 5 guys, and probably a leader, someone they were working with. The organizer probably got together in a room and talked about it and decided who's going to be where and shoot when.
So, according to this website, there's a list of people who could have been with Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah.
They said, obviously, the CIA,
Yeah.
the Mafia. Why would the Mafia want him dead? Because apparently Robert Kennedy was turning up the heat on the Mafia, crusades at the time. So
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question. What do you guys think about the mob connection with that? Because I was listening on NPR a while ago. It's actually really funny. Maybe it was because 11/22/63 was going on. Mm-hmm. So it was while I was watching it, and I was like, oh, that's really weird. Probably they were probably doing it because of the shit.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting to hear. And like I said, the reason I'm asking these questions, because the most I know about the JFK shootings was what I was shown in history class.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember, really, besides the actual video. I don't remember. I know there's some sort of magic bullet theory where it's supposed to turn or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I saw the show, which is obviously a work of fiction by Stephen King. So that's why I'm not trying to play devil's advocate.
No,
I don't know shit.
Right. No, that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's all right. I'm not even taking a side.
Yeah,
I'm just
you're just
literally
saying what you
telling you
saw.
what this guy found, and I'm impressed because I've been saying for years that, like, oh, I think a shot came from the storm drain. Had to be the storm drain. And then I'm like, had to be from behind the fence. No, none of that's true. It really came from that shelter, and he shows you how it's done. It's insane.
So other people responsible could be the KGB, Lyndon B. Johnson, because he wanted to be prime president, the Illuminati, Jackie Kennedy, which I don't understand.
That would be odd.
That would what did she gain? Actually, she did gain a billionaire husband. I mean, but JFK had plenty of money, and although she was allegedly sleeping around, which I think they've proven.
It's actually a spouse. When anytime a spouse is killed, the number one suspect is the spouse of that that person. Yeah. So makes sense.
The man with the black umbrella.
Yeah. No, there was no. He has him in the video evidence, and there's no evidence. There's no bullet coming from him, and there's no.
The driver
smoke.
Of the car.
Yeah, he discredited that too.
Yeah,
he did.
Friendly fire, which I don't think.
Very friendly.
Exactly. Like,
Oh, I guess like someone trying to take out the snipers or what?
yeah, someone trying to take out the sniper.
That's a little insane.
Yeah, no.
There's also like the alien theory, which
Why?
From outer
Why?
space.
the little green men.
A tin can starts floating in on a fishing line.
But there was a long list of culprits.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, like it actually came up this year. Ted Cruz, his father.
He's responsible?
Ted Cruz's father, Raphael, was actually friends with Lee Harvey Oswald.
Really?
And Donald Trump found out, and of course he's been going around
Tweeting about it.
muckraking,
Oh my God.
muckraking about it when they were still on the thing. So Cruz finally came out and said, I'll go ahead. My dad killed JFK. He is secretly Elvis, and Jimmy Hoffa is buried in our backyard.
Yeah, I believe that.
Have you seen Ted Cruz?
Yeah, he's a singer of Wasp and the Zodiac Killer.
And he looks like Fat Dracula.
Hilarious. The Singer of Wasp one was great.
Yeah, you seen that one?
Yeah. Even
So
the SNL
funny.
skit was hysterical.
So
with Steve
funny.
Cruz. With Cruz. Did you see that?
Yeah. Even they had that Maury Povich meme where the female version looked like him.
Oh my God.
Oh, I
I
remember
did see
that,
that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, please,
That's
God.
a conspiracy theory in itself.
A conspiracy theory I don't want to focus
Yeah.
on. So you definitely do think there was a conspiracy theory in JFK?
Oh, yeah. Only because he found the bullets. And I went there. Actually, I forgot to mention this. When I crossed the street, like from the shelter area. I crossed the street, past the X in the road that marks the spot when the headshot. And there's actually like a manhole.
convenient.
Exactly. There's a manhole cover there, and there's cement around it. And there's 2 bullet marks in the cement. I saw it with my own eyes. And you can actually see it online. And those are definitely 2 bullet shots. And he shows the bullets in some of his videos. He shows the bullet hitting those spots.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So,
So
yeah.
it's interesting.
It's all interesting stuff.
Definitely with JFK. I mean, it's just a lot out there, and the fact that it still hasn't been like
definitively like
said
that's
after
why,
this long.
That's why there's so much like I don't know what the word is, mystique around it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Yeah,
like,
well, it's something, that it's the president.
yeah, how does a president get shot?
It's
in public.
Yeah, and it
on
then
video
just doesn't get solved.
from 4 video cameras.
Yeah.
Filming with there's probably like a dozen pictures of it. Like, really, how does that happen?
And how
it's not
does no one figure it?
Right.
You can figure out gravity,
right.
but
Leroy says no one's looking good enough. Everyone just looked at the picture, said, "Oh, I don't see anything here," and then they just started speculating.
there's got to be a reason for that.
Well, they didn't look close enough, and that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
and that's why he shows you these things.
Maybe they didn't do that on purpose.
Maybe, and they didn't colorize the pictures. Like he did,
That's what I would think, to be honest.
So
All right, so we're going to take a little
break.
commercial break. Check out Platinum Wolf Studios at PlatinumWolf.com for all your audio recording, audio video editing, voiceover, or any podcast needs, including Skype recording. PlatinumWolf.com for all your audio, video recording, and editing needs. Platinum Wolf. And we're back. So that was our topic on JFK. Our next topic we're going to talk about is conspiracy into the moon landing.
And how it's made out of cheese. Wrong conspiracy.
Wrong conspiracy.
Listen, that's where the cheese comes from. Would have been told.
Those little Babel.
The baby bells. Yeah.
Those are awesome, man.
yeah.
I want one of those right now.
So do I. I'm hungry. Damn it. But with the moon landing, a lot of people don't believe we've actually been on the moon.
Right.
And, there's a lot of evidence to support. I mean, one of the things is people bring up is we've never been back there since those Apollo missions.
Well, how much did it cost to get to the moon?
Probably billions of dollars in this time.
And how much did we really discover when we were there that we need to go back for?
Right. So that's an excellent
That's
explanation.
That's why when people bring that up, because I've heard that before, I'm like, all right, you want to pay to go back to the moon?
Yeah, there needs to be a purpose for the journey.
You go there once.
Who wants to say I was the second person to land or the third person to land on the moon?
Well, I do think it's a little bit weird, but at the same time, wasn't NASA getting some huge hits, like budget hits a while ago?
Yeah.
It seems to be there's less of an interest in outer space exploration, and because right now all it really is exploration and science for the sake of science.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, unless we could travel at the speed of light, I don't really see.
Yeah. Or figure out a way to colonize another planet.
There's no purpose.
The government has if we can't conquer it, there's no point. So that's why I think we haven't gone out. And it's a lot cheaper, I would assume, to go to the bottom of the ocean, which we still know even less about than our own planet or outer space.
They cite the fact that the flag is moving in space with wind. The fact that those pictures of the moon, there's no stars visible. But
all right, but that stuff is so insane because it's like this is the evidence that we have on the moon. It's obviously not what we thought it would be like. So you're using, science, which is basically hypotheses that are even proven or disproven, and by our own human perception. So when our perception sees the moon, which should be accepted, I think, for the evidence that we were there. And when people are like, oh, it's different from what we thought it would be like, that means it's not true. That's sort of insane, to be honest. That seems a little messed up.
Right.
And just a weird way of thinking.
Sure.
In my opinion.
It is. I think they said, there's moon rocks up there that we brought back with us. There's man-made stuff left on the moon, which will come down. And I know people think that Stanley Kubrick was the one to produce the footage because of 2001's A Space Odyssey, but they don't look alike. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They say also that there's like evidence of like things hanging on a string because you can see the glare in the astronaut helmet, which is kind of like really
I don't know.
to go to that much trouble to say we went to the moon and spent all that money.
Yeah, I mean, what about the space shuttle that lifted off?
Yeah.
What about that? Did it just
came
go
back.
into space and turn back around when no one was looking?
They're
You know
saying
what I'm
it
saying?
never. They're saying it never went to space.
So but did people see it go?
Yeah, of course they did.
Question number 1. Okay, so then did people see it come back?
Of course they did.
So, like...
I understand. I totally
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. The one thing I have to add to this conversation is that I don't know if you want to talk about this. I can always edit it out. But I saw a MythBusters
Okay.
show on this, and they actually went through all the trouble to replicate everything. And no matter what they did with slow motion, they could never replicate the way that Neil Armstrong was jumping.
Yeah.
They could never replicate it. It always was off. Like the moon gravity is like 1/6 of Earth's gravity, so or something like that. So it couldn't be replicated in slow motion because there's something to do with the the pull is different. So slow motion doesn't cut it. So they weren't able to replicate. They did the side by side with the slow motion. They weren't able to replicate the. I don't know.
That's crazy.
So it was
And
busted. That we actually went to the moon. They said
I think,
so.
on one hand, you absolutely should leave that in the podcast. And
Yeah.
the reason is because a lot of my problems with conspiracy theories are the fact that people so, like, desperately want to believe in them that no matter how many, like, hours and hours of scientific evidence you could show them, they're still going to believe in their conspiracy theories.
Sure.
So why is that?
I think people believe what they want. They don't believe what's proven. They have their beliefs and that's it. They don't want to. Even if you have evidence, some people are just like, I'm not going to believe it.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with, in my opinion, life. A lot of it is just unexplained coincidences, and it's insane, and it's crazy, but it's the simple, explanation is that just weird shit happens.
Yeah.
That's not good enough for some people. They need to have more and a more interesting explanation. They need to be like, there's something behind this, because they can't just believe that life is that quote unquote boring to them. That's my opinion.
I think they have to blame somebody for
Yeah.
what's happened to them. Like, it can't just be bad luck. Someone's responsible. You always want someone to blame. You
Sure.
want something.
There are also the people that just, for some reason, they think everyone is out to get them.
Yeah.
So, the same type of person that believes that 9/11 was a conspiracy.
Yeah.
A lot of those people that I have spoken to in my life believe in way more than just that. It's never, they're just like, oh yeah, 9/11, that was a conspiracy. But, they usually
Yeah.
believe in the Illuminati and that we never went to the moon. And I'm sorry if I'm generalizing,
Yeah.
but I'm not really, because that's what I've, seen in my experience.
Yeah, and the moon landing to me is just one that I've just been like, really?
Yeah, that's
Like what? People are like, we gained so much by going there, but what do we really gain?
yeah.
It was like I feel like it was like a national pride thing. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was just a race to get to the moon
Yes,
without
absolutely.
anything else. Like we said, because Russia beat America to, in space. But we wanted to beat them to the moon. Why? Who cares?
So other countries, why have they not? They just couldn't do it?
They probably don't have the funds, or we already went and saw it was there, and there's nothing there. There's nothing to gain. Like, what is there to gain from going to the moon?
That's true. I mean, it
What
does
is it
seem
again?
like just a big, huge rock.
Plus, with all
It's
the
cool, believe me. It
Yeah.
would be a crazy experience to land on the
Thinking
moon.
about it is actually like a little overwhelming.
it is.
Being on a planet alone with nothing and you can't breathe.
It's a beautiful Earth out tonight, like from Looney Tunes.
But even with the moon, you don't want to mess with like oceanic waves or anything like that. Like, it's got to be disruptive to the planet if we keep bombarding it with like landings and everything.
Maybe. Yeah, I have
You don't
no
know.
idea.
You don't
know.
I'm not a
You don't know.
scientist.
I thought that was your side gig.
Yeah. Interesting.
So what do you
I'll
in the lab
put that
go?
down in my notes that I'm not doing for science.
Yeah. So another, actually, to move on, another sort of related is Area 51.
Oh.
And, I know Paul and I are both X-Files fans.
No, I wouldn't say that. Sarcasm. I love the X-Files.
Paul, he has an X-Files tattoo. He's just lying.
I wish I did. Maybe that'll be the next one.
Nobody's getting that one. You inspired him.
Good. So apparently, in 1947, an alien spacecraft landed in Roswell, New Mexico, but it was dismissed by the military as a weather balloon. UFOologists, which are actual real things, believe that spacecraft. Like, how do you prove you're a UFOologist? I'm like, I got my study as UFOs.
I got my studying crazy.
Exactly. It's like, I am a UFOologist.
How does one make money with that?
They go on Ancient Aliens.
You go on History Channel, Ancient Aliens, you go aliens with weird hair. Just go aliens, and that's it.
I love that guy.
I do too. I was
And
trying
he's
to.
got to know. I'm convinced that he knows that his hair is insane. Because if you watch the first season, it's like a little bit crazy. It's not that insane. And each season, it just gets more and more fucking crazy. Like he's doing it on purpose now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I was actually trying to check in because for Agent 18, we want to do a cover with that guy. Just go aliens. Just
That's awesome.
Like one of the agents behind him trying to shoot him.
Yeah.
But then we found out we can't without his likeness because it's his likeness and you have to pay him for
Sounds
it.
like he's stealing Doc Brown's likeness.
Yeah.
He sort of
Just
is.
saying.
But the thing about Area 51 is, it could be. We could have been visited by aliens, You never. How would you react if you knew aliens were here? To me,
If as long as they're not bothering me, I'm fine with it.
yeah, I don't care either way. Just about.
Like
But apparently,
they're paying taxes, we're good.
Fair enough. Yeah. As long as they're not illegal aliens.
Donald Trump.
I'll let
Wow,
that
this is
out.
going very.
Build the fucking wall.
This is freaking.
Just kidding. I do not support Donald Trump.
Insulted. I mean, who said that? I didn't say that. Anyway, because, with the stuff, with Agent Area 51, it could be a very simple explanation. They tested spy planes out there. And they didn't want everyone to know what we had. They still don't want.
Which is reasonable.
Aliens could be there. We don't know.
Yes. But so my thing is obviously, so we're all in agreement that Area 51 is there. No one's debating that.
yeah.
It's
I don't debate that.
It's a fact.
It's
Area
it's
51 is a real thing. So there has to be something in there. But to me, it makes the most sense that they're just top secret confidential, aircraft because we don't want other countries knowing what we're doing.
Which is pretty smart.
Which
That's the case.
because with war, obviously you don't want to give away your secrets.
No.
No, remember the stealth bombers that aren't used anymore? We had those things, after these people found out, they started making them in Russia, China, and
Yeah, exactly.
that's what happens. And that's why I feel like even news organizations, when they report on our top secret stuff, it hurts us more than it helps us.
Absolutely.
Because if I'm a guy in Russia and I see the United States has this technology, I'm going to figure out how to get that technology.
Right. Duh.
And it's only a matter of time. You get someone on the inside.
Like the news, I think the news organizations hurt more than help. Like, this is how to get through the TSA without getting searched. How would you tell anyone?
Yeah,
that?
stuff like
Duh.
that's insane.
Like, why
But-
would you tell them that? It's like, stop.
So Area 51, I think there's a definite mystique about it, and I think it appeals to so many people because for people that just don't want to believe we're alone in this universe because it's too lonely, that's pretty much the best shot they have right now at proving the existence of aliens. Besides the fact that if you just think about how huge the universe really is, I mean, for me, that's proof enough. There's got,
Right.
it's incredibly, I think, egotistical to imagine. Well, it's either
I see what you're
that it was a humongous accident, we should not be here, or there's other things out there. That's what I think. It's, it was either that Earth is just the only one that had, if you think about everything that went into making life possible, if one little thing was changed, we would not be here.
Yeah.
So it's either got to be that or we're not alone, and it can happen more than once. But as far as Area 51, I don't know.
Right.
I don't think so. But I'm always one to doubt everything unless I can see it with my own two eyes. So
And with that, those are the most popular conspiracy theories. There are others like the flight and the Egyptian flight that disappeared, or Malaysian flight that disappeared that no one can find.
Yeah.
Which I figured probably went to the middle of the ocean.
Yep.
The deepest part, and it's
Probably down there. Too far down
down
to get.
there. I think that's basically it. Or because that record is starting to come up now, so
It's churning up, like
Yeah.
it's like starting to float to
floating
the top.
up, or just with the wave is
Waves.
finally,
Right. I
or
see.
whatever animal was killer, eat whatever it had, like a whale or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for those families. Like we had that here. I think in the '90s, that Fight
was.
800,
Yep.
sort of similar.
Oh, my stepdad claims he saw it.
There's a lot of
He-
different things about
yeah.
that.
He was out fishing, actually.
Wow.
I actually knew someone on that
on
flight.
the water. On the water.
On the water, yes.
Yeah, because there was a flight going to France.
And he was like, I remember him thinking, like, what the hell is that? I would have to ask him. I don't want to speak for him,
Yeah.
but I remember
Yeah.
him. He's convinced that he has an idea of what happened, but
Well, they say an errant missile might have hit it and
That's what I heard.
exploded.
Yeah.
But
exploded.
that's not, that's just, I have no evidence
alleged.
of that.
Yeah,
it's
it's
alleged, allegedly.
dude, I'm
missing
calling
it.
the NSA on you.
They already
They
listened.
already know.
Yeah.
The phone's on.
Well, I'm gonna make sure they listen harder
Yep.
to subtext.
So the newest conspiracy theory that's coming around is that Donald Trump was picked by the Clintons to ensure that Hillary gets an easy road to the White House, because he's that hated that if he didn't run, that's why he's running as a favorite of the Clintons. Like, he has no. He doesn't want to win. He doesn't want to win the presidency. He doesn't get to the gain.
Wow.
So that's by him running, he's ensuring Hillary becomes president.
I don't know if his ego could handle that. That kind of scenario. You know what I mean? Like purposely.
But
Yeah.
he'd always, you know what?
He doesn't like to lose.
I think he'd always have that over her head, though, if it was true. Good. How can you say, listen, you're president because of me? I need this.
Wow.
That's not the most insane thing I've ever heard, to be honest.
I
There's
mean,
crazier things that have happened in real life that have been
like,
proven.
if
Sure.
you look at it from like outside looking in, both of them are not very liked. Both of them kind of.
Yeah, no.
But when it comes down to it, there are a lot of people, even going on Twitter right now, claiming their support for Hillary because they don't want Donald Trump to win.
Yeah, and
And it's only because they don't want Donald Trump to win.
Right. It's like
it's funny how like all the Bernie Sanders just came out to endorse Hillary too, and some of his supporters are ripping him apart about that, but that's just because of the way he runs, the way he campaigned. That's why they're upset, because you can't be anti-establishment and then work with the establishment.
right.
Well, I mean, it seems like, he's sort of being a realist about
Yeah.
things, and it'd be a miracle if he does win.
Well, I think he should have got the nomination at this point. The only way he could run is libertarian, and I don't think that's going to happen.
I'd like to see, this is a little off topic, but I'd like to see the country get to a point where we're a little more than a two-party system.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd like 48 parties.
It should be
48
all
parties,
even.
right?
It shouldn't be about money. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. And all the candidates should have a chance. And it's always just two people.
It's always,
It's always the way it's gonna be.
Listen, The Simpsons said it best. It's a two-party system. You have to vote for one of us.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm voting for Kodos 2016. But so those are that's the newest one, and hopefully we'll find out that Paul McCartney's clone is hanging out with Tupac and Elvis in Hawaii somewhere.
Those are conspiracies that I like because they're not harmful.
No, they're not harmful.
Maybe to Elvis's family.
But dude, if Elvis is alive, it makes a lot of sense. He did some record. Like, how much of that stuff would you keep recorded after the fact? Like Tupac's coming out with an album next week. Come on.
Jimi Hendrix had a bunch of shit that came out way after.
See, that's what I always wonder about that. Like, is that really finished track or just garbage that they're just like, okay, you know what?
It's probably garbage.
It's like, it's Hendrix put like one note. It's like, we can make a song out of that.
Right.
Just extend it and bend it and.
We can do a lot today. I know
Yeah.
that.
So what do you guys think about? Well, first of all, let me ask this: the majority of conspiracy theories, do you think you're more prone to believe in a conspiracy theory or that the world is just insane?
It depends the actual conspiracy theory.
Okay.
It depends. It's all individual. Some I'm like, nope. That's what was reported. I believe it the way it was.
Yes.
And then other ones I'm like, no way. No way.
So UFOs, yes or no?
Well, see, here it is. Here's the thing. We can't travel the speed of light yet.
Mhm.
We can't even come close.
Maybe you can.
No, we
I
can't.
can.
Maybe.
I love it. So the nearest planet possible to even have life on it. They found that like what was it? Do you remember that? It was like
Yeah,
reported like 6
U-
months ago. Yeah, it was like K or U something.
Yeah, it was.
They found water, right?
Yeah.
That was like 10,000 light years away. Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying. It would take 10,000 years to get there.
10,001. Come on, get it right.
Whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that if there was aliens, they'd have to be from the future. And that's all I'm going to say.
I like that.
Like Doc Brown?
It's the only way because they'd be here already,
Okay.
but from the future.
We went back in time to fix
Just
that
saying.
thing.
Fair enough.
Just saying, because how the hell else are they getting here? Because the closest planet that is 10,000 light years away that could possibly have life.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because a lot of people thought NASA, when they did the recent announcement, like press conference, was going to announce they found alien life.
Really?
A lot of people were just coming up with that theory, and it never happened, of course.
Yeah.
Well, President Obama was going to reveal that aliens were real, that we found them on this planet, but it didn't happen. So
Didn't happen.
Nope.
my favorite conspiracy theory is the one where Stephen Hawking ripped off Contact. Or
Oh, that's such a good movie.
he ripped it. He ripped it up for his theory, and I'm
Come
like,
on.
and someone called him out on it. He just was like, bleep, bloop, bloop, my thing's not working. I gotta go.
Things are working.
My thing's not working. Which thing?
Oh god.
All of
I'm
them.
not going there.
That's a conspiracy.
He just gets up and walks and talks fine.
Yeah, right. He's like,
Oh my
fuck this.
God.
I'm
It
done
gained them
with this
so
shit.
much. It gained them so much popularity to have that voice machine.
He takes the voice machine, throws it down, takes a wheelchair. He's like, I can walk
I've had
faster.
enough of this.
Yep.
He pulls the George Costanza, just picks up the thing and
He's like a
runs.
Harrison Wells from The Flash.
But yeah, for me, conspiracy theories, it depends on what they are and what they're saying. But 95% of them I discount because I'm like, really?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I have an extremely hard time believing anything. Just period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's got to have. I know. It's got. You got to have.
I'm
evidence.
always
It's like,
the devil's advocate, but here's the thing. I love hearing about them. I think they're so interesting.
Mhm.
It does make the world a more interesting place.
Sure does.
I just, if you don't believe in something, you don't believe in it.
Yeah. But hey,
Fair
I gotta
enough.
ask you a question.
What's up?
Do you know that there's actually oxygen in the air? Do you believe it? Because you can't see it.
All right. See, everyone always.
I love it.
brings
I
out-
had a feeling you get your
that's
balls
like
busted
that's
with
like
it.
the most no shit thing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you believe in electricity? The lights are on.
Yeah. Well, I can't explain how that shit works.
Yeah, but that's a little
Don't
less
sue us.
extreme than like men coming from outer space. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
But
I'm just busting the chops.
yeah, no, I feel it. But if you were the first person that asked me that and you were able to stump me, like I'd just be a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't come on here and say that I don't believe this if I've really thought about stuff like that. But I mean I would love I think we talked about this with the psychic mediums or whatever. I would love to believe in ghosts, in psychics, in people with magical fucking powers and like wizards, but like
Yeah, those mediums, that's some weird shit.
yeah, I
What, Long Island
Mediums.
medium?
Yeah, some of them, I know, some of them are like, I'm getting a feeling you have a
Someone with the name
a
of
Mike.
M.
It's like the most the most common
Yeah.
name ever, and you probably know a Mike. Like it's that died. So
I mean, I think that if all these conspiracy theories are real, it gives us a little like of the fantastic to the world,
Sure.
Then maybe
Something
other
more
things.
out there, yeah.
If aliens are possible, then you know what? Maybe Bigfoot is real.
Yeah.
Then maybe life after death is totally real.
Right.
And I think that's the reason why a lot of people believe it.
I think my man Leroy Blevins analyzed that footage and debunked the Sasquatch thing, dude.
Did he?
Yeah, I'll show you the footage.
I don't
want
wanna
to
see that.
All right, we won't watch this.
It's gonna
Listen.
upset me too much.
Life after death. Why are we bringing Biggie into this?
Wait, so he debunked Bigfoot, or
Yeah,
there was a
like
JFK joke?
that actual old footage. He like analyzed that. I'll show you the videos.
Yeah,
You
I
know-
mean, a lot of people. Like I said, I still am like that's like I don't
I
really
laugh
give
at
a
that
shit.
stuff
Yeah.
just because that could just be like a deformity of someone. It could be a human being with, just one of these guys who like was a tall guy who was just
Gorilla
for
Man.
hairy.
Gorilla Man.
Or like, even like Chupacabra. That could just be a deformed dog that just.
Oh yeah, remember the Montauk Monster?
Yeah.
So how? Just because I'm curious, how did he debunk that? Do you remember?
No, I have to watch it again.
Gotcha.
I think I just clicked on it for a second and then clicked off.
Yeah, because I've seen like a million where they're like, "Oh, it's totally real," But that's usually on the History Channel, which should basically at this point be
Entertainment
conspiracy theory channel.
conspiracy theory
Yeah.
entertainment channel.
Yeah.
But
Okay, with that, I think we are done with conspiracy theories. This is Ashish Thomas.
I'm an alien in the place of Paul Aloisio.
and Glen Wolfe.
He was on the grassy knoll.
I was.
And,
And in the pergola at the same time.
dude, that's just a dirty
Pergola.
pergola. And that's it. Have a good day. Check out Fourth World Comics, Long Island's comic book source for comics, toys, games, supplies,